Hello everyone, thanks for coming back to my channel. This is another Disney Princess question and answer video. I have not thought about the answers for some of these questions, but I know I saved some in my phone to read to you guys. And I'm so sorry if I told you that I was going to answer your Disney Princess question and I have not answered it on YouTube yet. Please just message me again as many times as you need to until I finally see it. I need to make a video about why I do not always respond to people's questions when they write me or email me on Facebook, because I know that there have been people who have gotten upset that I have not answered them back. But believe me, it's not that I don't want to, it's that I just can't, because I have 2 children under 2, and there was one girl who didn't understand it. She's like, but I wrote you months ago, you should have gotten back to me by now, or something like that. And I'm just like, well, and I feel like until you're a mom and you're in my shoes, you can't understand. And again, I have to make a video about why I cannot reply to everyone. But I want to. It's not that I don't. It's not that I'm being rude on purpose. It's that I just don't. I can't, you know. So anyway, let me answer what I can here and try to kill a bunch of birds with one stone. Okay, this one is from Disney Beyond Dreams. Well, you guys talked about how things such as freckles and moles affect auditions and things. I was wondering how having muscle as a girl would affect me. My other question is, do you think someone like me with maybe not so much confidence would have a chance? I think I have the personality, but I'm not super confident in myself. I have lots of questions, but that's all I can think of for now. Plus, I don't want to totally bombard you with questions. Thank you so much for responding to me. It means a lot to me. You and Rachel are my role models. I cannot believe that people have said that we're their role models. It's such an honor for somebody to say something like that. I'm not a perfect person. I have problems just like everybody else in this world. But anyways, but I try. But like when I hear things like this, it makes me want to strive to be a better person, and you know, if these videos make you happy or encourage you or inspire you or make you hope and dream for things, then I think that's great, and I hope that these videos can help somehow. But anyway, okay, let me get to your question. And I think I answered you back, but maybe other people watching also have this question. So muscles. I think muscles are really hot on a girl. If a girl has muscles, I think it's really attractive and pretty. So I say be confident with your muscles. I don't know that Disney would want somebody who's totally cut and ripped, but if you're a tone girl, I don't think that that would disqualify you from becoming a princess, especially if you're Princess Jasmine or Pocahontas even, because you know they like to see a nice stomach on a girl. Nice washboard abs on a Princess Jasmine wouldn't be a bad thing. I think, you know, you probably wouldn't want to have like 0% body fat. You want to have a little bit of softness to you. And I looked at the picture of the girl who wrote this, and she was muscular, but she still had feminineness about her body. And so I think don't feel bad about being, you know, a strong girl. And, you know, as long as you can fit into the costume and, you know, you look good in it, I think that's what matters. And she was saying, do you think someone like me with not so much confidence would have a chance? I have the personality, but I'm not super confident in myself. I was not super confident as a teenager. I always thought that other girls were prettier than me. I always thought I wasn't smart enough or talented enough. Well, I used to think I was smart like freshman year, but by the time senior year came around, my confidence was really shot from high school. So it wasn't until college that I regained back my confidence that I lost in high school. So yeah, I feel like confidence is something that can be built. If you have low confidence or low self-esteem, you can build your self-esteem and do things to grow your self-esteem. Volunteering, I think, in the community is a great way to build your self-esteem. It makes you feel like you're helping others who are less fortunate than you, and you are helping others that are less fortunate than you. And I would highly encourage people doing volunteer work. I wish that I would have done volunteer work when I was in high school. I think you can get like scholarships to college if you do volunteer work, or it can help you get a scholarship. I didn't do any kind of volunteering, or, you know, I was always feeling sorry for myself or thinking, you know, I had it bad, when I could have been helping others and, you know, doing things that would have made me feel good about myself as a person, that I can help humankind. You know, sorry, I'm going on there, but that's one thing you can do. Joining a team, a sports team at school, or a dance team, or art club, or theater, or getting involved in some kind of club that is gonna do something good. Like if you're dancing, you know, people love to watch dancers. I subscribe to like dancers on YouTube, and I like to watch them dance. I think it's fun. I can't dance, so I think it's really cool when other people do. Or I mean, think about how many people go to Disney and they love to watch the dancers on stage. So like dancing is something that you can do to bless others. Same thing with theater or art. You know, your art can make people feel good. It can inspire a mood, or things like that. And so there's a lot you can do when you join a club. Like people love to watch sports, and, you know, people love to play sports. So it's like, you know, doing something like that. And I think, you know, I didn't do sports or join any sort of clubs because I was too afraid to do those sorts of things. And I regret that so much now. I eventually did get involved in things, but I did it after I got out of high school, when I should have been doing it when I was in high school. And I think I was afraid that other people were going to make fun of me because I wasn't good at those things. But you have to start at the bottom. You have to start somewhere, and then you build your skills. Like I wanted to join the swim team so bad, but because I was a little heavier and overweight, I did not join the swim team, because I didn't want people to say, oh, she's too fat to be in that swimsuit, or look at her, there's the thick fat girl going swimming, you know, compared to the other girls who were like a size 0 or a size 2. And if I would have joined the swim team, I probably would have gotten in shape and, you know, raised my metabolism and felt better about myself, and maybe I wouldn't have eaten so much if I would have been swimming. And I think I remember being afraid to join the dance team in high school because I was afraid that I wouldn't make the team or whatever. But then when I got to college, I took a dance class, and yeah, I was terrible in those in all the dance classes that I've ever taken, which were from college and in my adult life. Like in my 20s, I was always terrible. I was probably the worst person in the class, but I'm so proud of myself that I did it anyway. And yes, everybody did look at me like, oh man, that girl really is terrible. But if I can do it and not let what people think of me faze me, you can do it. And, you know, I think at least you tried. And you know what, you have, the younger you are when you start, you have more ability to improve and build. And so, you know, I really love it when I see people who are older than me start something and achieve their dreams and goals, because it inspires me. Like if they're older than me and they achieved their dream and their goal, then maybe I can do it too if I'm younger than them. So I have, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, never mind. Okay, next question. This is from Shalom7 Inc. on Instagram. Do you have any tips or advice on how to be confident while performing? I am determined to develop greater confidence in general. Anything you might be able to share would be most appreciated. Thank you. And I think I kind of touched a little bit on that with my last question that I just answered. But as far as tips and advice on how to be confident while performing, something that I used to do, like when I would go on auditions for acting jobs, like commercials and television type things, I used to love to go on YouTube or just read about what other actors who have already achieved success, you know, whoever the actors are that you think are successful. Like I really like to hear quotes from them, because a lot of their quotes inspired me. I guess what mostly helped me was watching actors talk about their auditions and how scared they were, and how they didn't think they were going to get the role, and how they thought that they messed up, and yet they got the role. And it's just kind of like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You just have to go in and be as prepared as you possibly can be and hope that you're what they're looking for. And I think knowing that there's a certain amount of things that are out of your control, I don't know, it helps me to not feel so bad when I would get rejected, you know, or if I did get the part, or if I didn't get the part, like there was just some things that were out of my control. Maybe you're blonde hair and blue eyed, but your favorite princess is Mulan. Somebody just texted me or wrote me on Instagram recently that their favorite princess is Mulan. Well, if you're blonde hair and blue eyed, you're probably never ever gonna be Mulan, and there's just nothing you can do about it. And so, but you know, somebody out there does resemble Mulan, and those girls are auditioning and they're getting cast, and you know, maybe they've taken acting classes, maybe they've danced, and by knowing things are out of your control, you're not so stressed when you're auditioning, because it's like, well, if they like me, great, and if they don't like me, that's fine too. If you have done everything that you could do to prepare for your audition and you still get rejected, you know, don't feel bad about yourself, you know. Maybe try again next time, and try to, maybe if you know that you could have improved on something, then try again and audition next time and fix that thing that you maybe messed up on. But, you know, I guess also knowing that all actors get nervous. Those nerves help give you what you need. Like the nerves that you feel before your audition show that you care about the job. They show that you have passion for the role and for achieving your dream. And I think you can use those nerves to just give you what you need to go out there and perform and to do a good job, and they spur you on. And another actor, when I was first getting into acting, he told me, you know, just dive in, Jennifer, just dive in. And that's exactly what I did. I just dove in to whatever acting jobs I could get my hands on, and I feel like acting came to me at a time that I really needed it. I was going through, and I'm talking about after Princess Jasmine. I'm talking about, like, I wanted to do commercials and I wanted to do film and television, and I never left Orlando to Hollywood or New York or wherever Atlanta, I think, is another city where a lot of movies get filmed. And I just kind of stayed local. But I did want to do whatever I could here in Orlando, even if that meant small jobs. And I just dove in. I think what gave me confidence, honestly, was having researched about the audition process before I went in to audition for the Princess Jasmine role. So I think, like, I really hope that watching these videos gives you guys confidence before you audition. Not even for Disney, but even for acting jobs in general. Knowing that somebody went through the process and got accepted, and, you know, being told to smile at my audition, I needed to hear that, because I might have been stoic-faced and not smiling, and that could have eliminated me. You don't know, like, smiling is a huge part of the job, and what they want is a certain kind of energy, that happiness, you know, that show them that you can bring that energy to the guests. And I think smiling helped make me confident at my audition, and I think smiling in everyday life can help give you confidence, because when you smile at people, they smile back to you, and that makes you happy. And so I think it builds your self-esteem to have people smiling at you all the time. And the reason that they're smiling at you is because you're smiling at them. And so, you know, you made them happy, so they can then give back to make you happy. And so smiling gave me confidence. You know, I did feel like I looked the part of the character, so that did give me confidence. So I think when you go in having put your best face forward, doing, you know, your makeup up the best that you can, and wearing an outfit that you feel confident in, I feel like that helped me. I did not have the nicest shoes when I went to my audition. I did not have the nicest clothes when I went to my audition. I had a very simple beat up t-shirt that I had, that I wore, but it's all I had. I didn't come from a lot of money or anything like that. But I felt pretty in that beat up old t-shirt, you know. It wasn't totally beat up. It was just, you know, it was cheap. It was a Target little, you know, $10 t-shirt. It wasn't like an Abercrombie or some kind of, you know, expensive t-shirt from Gap or another store that might be more expensive. And so, you know, I hope that by my telling you that I did not have the nicest shoes, I didn't, you know, maybe I had some New Balance or Nike, but they were not the top of the line shoes, or they weren't the fancy dance shoes that some of the other girls were wearing. And I had like it was really, you know, a little cheap drawstring pants that were black and kind of faded. You know, they weren't super fancy. They didn't make my butt look super perfect or whatever, you know. But I hope that by my telling you that I was not the fanciest dress girl there, that gives you confidence. If you can't afford to, you know, wear certain clothes to your audition, I hope that you realize that Disney doesn't care about those sorts of things, you know, how you're dressed. They're looking to see you. Are you smiling? Are you making a good impression to them? Like, I think when they look at you, they kind of put themselves in the guest's shoes. And it's like your chance to perform. You know, if you look at the casting directors as though they are Disney park guests, I think that might help you at your audition as well, because you'll be looking at them in a different way. You'll be looking at them as they should be seen, you know, because that's really the job you're applying for, is to entertain Disney guests. So if you go into that audition with the imagination that those casting directors are Disney park guests that you are entertaining, and you are actually doing a job when you are performing at your audition, then I don't know, does that make sense? Comment below if that does not make sense, and maybe I can try to comment back to explain it better. And, you know, like Rachel said, you know, she wasn't the prettiest girl there at the audition. It's not about being the prettiest girl there. It's not a beauty contest. Thank God being a Disney princess is not a beauty contest, because I am not a supermodel. I am not a supermodel. I'm not a fashion model. I wear makeup. If I don't wear makeup, you know, I have seen the way people look at me when I don't wear makeup versus when I do wear makeup, and people treat me completely different. You know, I notice that when I go to the supermarket, when I have all my makeup on and I'm dressed up, I get a lot more smiles and a lot more hellos and looks and people being nice to me than when I go to the supermarket looking all bummy, you know. So I don't know if that's really confidence building. Okay, next question. Hi Jennifer, this is Molly. I love your channel. Thank you so much, Molly, for loving my channel. I remember when I was little, I went to Disney World and I saw you and I was extremely excited. I was wondering a few things. Who was your favorite Aladdin to work with? Also, what was your favorite thing about being Princess Jasmine and Pocahontas? Also, do you ever know what?